All right, let's see, motor lesson today. This is the L7 12-inch dual 4. And see, it says all that, dual 4. Okay, so if you read the fine print on Kicker's subwoofer directions or whatever, it's maximum recommended amplifier. That is not a power rating. That is the maximum recommended amplifier. This motor, this one uses a variable of the 2.5, which is a 2 3/8. So 2 3/8, all copper, which is great and everything. There's also a 2.5, which is what the Sundown SA uses, and then there's an oversized one used by lots of different companies, including Rockford and Alpine. It's the 2 5/8, but it's also considered 2.5. Anyways, this is the L7 12-inch, and this is the dual 2 coil, which kind of fits kind of slim. So the dual 4 coil is slimmer than the dual 2. The dual 2 is bigger because the wire is bigger. This, however, is an older version, and so it actually fits kind of nice. So you want a little slop in there. You should see some of the gaps that these guys get away with. Anyways, my high-tech shim is cured. So, and then see, crustiness. So bigger magnets. If you remember, some of you older guys, back in the day, Kicker came out with this really cool technology called solo barrack, and the idea is that they did something magical to their subwoofers to make them work in small enclosures, as if they were two in isobaric configuration, which is what happens when you put two of them clamshell together, or even, you know, back to front, working in conjunction with one another. And the reason why that happens is because you're using two motors. So just ask Brown in Sacramento. I'm spacing out on your first name, buddy. But Ken Brown, that's right. Ken Brown in Sacramento, who is famous on the YouTubes for making these insane dual motor configurations, which is exactly what it does. What it does is that the two motors are working together. What that gets you is a really high BL, and it decreases your box requirement. Sometimes it actually affects the VAS. Now I say that and people freak out. Oh, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. Well, that's exactly what Kicker did. And that's what solo barrack technology is. All it is just a bigger magnet, bigger, stronger magnet. And that's what allows it to play in a small space with all the bass. Now you do lose efficiency, but most of these handle a ton of power, so you don't give a shit. And amplifier power is super cheap now. So, but I just want to show you guys what we're doing for funsies. So I'll glue that with some of our Devil's Jizz epoxy. And then I let it sit, because the weather's cold, and I say cold with a wink wink because it's Arizona. So right now it gets down into the freezy 40s, which is super cold for us. But the problem is that it causes delays in our production. So some guys are mad because it takes a little longer for the epoxy to cure, but I want to make sure it cures. Otherwise, sometimes when I zap them, they shift because that this negative is trying to get to that positive. So there's actually a cool video where you see Jacob at sundown zapping one, and there's an arc across the gap, which is that's like a lot of high voltage. It's probably like 2,000 watts, or 2,000 volts, I should say, in the zap, which is quite a bit. But yeah, I was zapping this one. This one is the new 13W7. I don't want to say knockoff, but it's a replacement. So because we have the big 4-inch 4x4 motor, which we've been selling a lot of. Thank you for everybody. That's before we add the slugs on it. Let me show you to you. Here's the finished one. This guy for just $444 shipped, but we're out of coils. And Precision Econowind is backlogged because Precision Econowind, whoever owns it, is kind of a dick, and I don't mind saying that because I'm not using them anymore. John Van Ree, who was the mastermind behind lots of builders and lots of guys working at home and lots of really great brands. And him and his son just found retirement to be more appealing. And so I guess they didn't give him enough money or whatever. I don't know what happened, but John Van Vrie is no longer at PE, Precision Econowind, and Precision Econowind sucks. And so that's how it goes. Now you're just as fine going, for those that don't know and don't read industry magazines, PE actually paired up with Po Yun in China. And so sometimes you get your coils made by Po Yun and then they just air freight them over here because it's cheaper and easier than them making them there and made in USA. Most people don't care because Chinese makes good coils too. Sometimes Chinese don't give a shit when they don't bake them or, you know, things like that. You know, things happen, but those things happen here too. So don't act like American coils are better than Chinese coils, because they're not. It's just a coil of wire. Doesn't do anything. It's just a coil of wire. It's not magic. There's no magic coatings, diamond coatings or whatever. You guys are idiots if you believe that bullshit. So there you go. There's some magic coating. All that is the Precision Econowind. The guys, they left them in the oven too long. There's another way to bake them too. You don't have to bake them in a precision oven. You can also just run AC through them and heat them up that way. As long as you control the current, you can actually get them at a nice good temperature and then cure them that way. But anyways, this was just a little ramble video about the Kicker motor. Nothing wrong with Kicker. I just think they're overpriced. So like most brands, especially when it costs them, you find out it, like I found out the JL Audio WX cost $9 to make. $9. And you only need to order 1,000 of them, which is great to get that $9. So they wholesale it probably to their dealers for like 45, 50 bucks shipped. And then they sell it for 100 to 120 each. So again, I mean, as far as markup goes, dude, that's better than drugs, right? Like cocaine dealers maybe double their money. Weed dealers make even less money. But, you know, like this is legit. It's like legal. Like it's totally legal to do shit like that. What was it coming over here to show you? Oh, the stupid W3 motor. So I use the W3 motors are very useful to me. I use them to hold down dust caps. That's about all they're good for because the voice coil is so tiny. So they just use a 8-layer or 6-layer aluminum guy. I probably have one over here. Yep. Look at this little baby. Look at this little guy. He's so cute. And they got their VRC cock ring technology. So that way, when you look at the side of the cone, it looks like you go, oh, it's got a big voice coil. No, it doesn't. So that's to make your little coil look like a big coil, but it doesn't. So, oh, look at that. Oh, that's your mom. So anyways, having fun, loving this stuff. What else? Oh yeah, I did that one. We got those. Oh, modular. Real quick. Those are for Tyler. These two. So I'm working hard, trying to make cool subwoofers. I'm trying not to build them on spec, but sometimes you guys want stuff and I don't have it and I got to build it. So it takes time. But anyways, send me a request of videos you want to see. Otherwise I'll keep just making random videos. Love you guys. Thanks.